All right, I'm going to be using this more as a way to address the players directly. This is not going to be like a game recap style thing where it's just for everyone in general. So I will be actually by name saying things to the players in their positions. So this is for you, players, for the team. Hopefully, this really helps to figure out some of the things we need to keep in mind. The big things are retaining the ball, even in moments of panic. Obviously, we've talked about that a lot. Marking from back to front, and how to be aware in transitions and communicating and what to do next. So we start well here. Mira, this is a really good run forward. Jill, between the two of you, we've got to make sure that that pass gets there. So either if it's Mira, you need to communicate that more. Jill, I'm overlapping you, or Jill, absolutely make sure your pass gets there. One or the other, or both, it needs to happen because that was a really good play that deserved, being successful. So everyone, just take a look at the marking throughout the whole game. I think that's one of the biggest things. Keep an eye on where you're supposed to be. Look at gray shirts in the middle, and try and figure out, did we do the right things? When did we do the right things? When did we not do them as well? So if the play switches like this, we have to shift and we have to communicate, right? We have to know who the central midfielders on the team are. I can tell you it's Delaney. She is the tall, lanky, white girl with the blue cleats. There's Layla with the red cleats, and there's Lulu, who you guys know, the skinny girl with the black cleats. She's sort of, close to the ball-ish right now. So those are the three. If you're midfielders, keep an eye on them. Make sure that you see who's marking them and who is the fourth midfielder, and are they free, or are they marking someone they shouldn't be marking, right? Forwards, keep an eye on where you are. Right here, Jill, I know a lot I talk about stay on the same side as the ball, but you are providing us width. Someone needs to do it. If it's not one of the two attacking midfielders, it is good that it's a forward, so I do like that. So we have a throw in here. That was good pressure. And this is the one that I showed you guys at practice. Notice, our two attacking midfielders, Macy and Ella, are both marked. Peyton is not. The ball goes to her because Avery was. You create a 2v1. Ball goes to the forward. Like I said, Jill, just try to get a toe on that and you score. And that was really good play. That was a perfect example of why we can set up that way. But here, goalie's got the ball in her hands. It's a punt. We have to win this, right? Good, we do. And because we do, we create a little bit of a dilemma. I mean, this is 30 yards from their own goal. They don't really have control. They're trying to get out. We have them passing backwards all the way back to their goalkeeper from what was a punt. So this is really good play. That's what happens when you get underneath a punt. Sally, I think, more pressure on the ball there, just making it more uncomfortable, and it keeps them from being able to connect as easily. Mira, really good positioning. Anything that goes across you can get that. Peyton, you as well, jumping back into the middle to protect Stea and Anna. So as long as we're marked up, we're okay, right? I think right here, we're good. There's not much of an opportunity. They sort of just hoof the ball across. They're going backwards. They don't really connect very well there. And ball goes out for a throw. Okay, right now, watch everybody. Okay, look at our midfielders. We don't have a defender giving a deep ball. Peyton, you're running up into space, and now we kind of lose it. So we really need to make sure to take better care on throws. Don't just throw it away literally, because that's what it is. So here, Mira, I think being inside of her, just so that you're a little closer, like that, right there where you were at the end, that would be better most of the time, so that she can't get the jump on you on a run, right? You're fast, she's not going to run past you if you have a 2-yard buffer. Peyton, that's one, these are little technical things. We've got to be willing to take the ball out of the air better and also play with our weak foot. Left-footed ball, I think, gets there instead of the right foot. Here, Anna, swing and really clear it. So just kind of chipping it. Right, get it out of here. Sally, good job turning, winning the ball, muscling her off. That couldn't have really been the plan, right? So you see how these are the little things, the little details that really get you in trouble. Sometimes these technical things, they're fixable. They're things that you don't need to make these mistakes anywhere near as often as you do. This is good defending from two of you, right, to slow her down, get her going the wrong way. And then eventually, look, we win it, and it's Avery who is the deep-lying midfielder who is able to get the ball and plays a really good through ball to Sally. That's a good run, but then Sally, you try and cut back right in front of her, she sticks a toe out and gets it. So here they get a throw in, and I think keep an eye out for where you start right here, Sally. And you're, sort of getting close to Avery's mark, who's Layla, the girl with the red cleats right there. Avery points, you start following, you guys are having a discussion of who should mark her. The reality is, that's Avery's mark. Sally, walk away, go stand closer to Jill, to their center back, because the ball is going to go backwards to that person. I'm having this throw retaken, but watch, the throw is about to go backwards. If you go mark that girl already, it doesn't go there, right? But because it does, now you start pressuring, and all of the midfielders have to change who they are marking. And they leave one open because they got a little bit disorganized. The ball's about to come to Delaney. Good touch out of her feet and to break away right there. It's something I'd like to see us do a little bit more. Mira, you did just fine right there. I think you covered it well. Here, you forced her wide. Here, slow down. Just make sure that you don't let her turn and be able to kick it in the middle. That's the only thing I would say. So watch, the next 30 seconds are just really just kind of scruffy. It's a lot of weird attempts to kick the ball away. It's people jumping to try and get in the way. Not much control. Overall, just pressure on the ball, turnovers. And this is good pressure by us right here. I think Ella, Sally both did well. Macy, well done to find Ella. And then Ella, you just kind of kick it away. That's good by Jill. Make them go backwards. Poor ball into the middle. We steal it, but then give it away, and then two people go for it, and then give it away again. Those are the moments where we really have to be more careful and not just keep turning over possession, right? Avery, this is a situation where you and Sally need to just be able to communicate it. I think, Sally, you've got to come to that ball, but eventually, really good through ball. Sally, look at Macy running at the top of your picture. Don't shoot it. Wait just for a second and find one person that can take a touch in a central good position to shoot. Mira, you want to be inside and goal side here. If you are, that ball goes right to your feet. But because you are on the outside and ahead of that forward, she can just go right in between you and stay to the goal. That's the gap that I want you to close. And it's especially on punts or any time that they have the ball deep in their end, just get close together, force them to go around you. If you just replay that for yourself just one time, you'll see that where you're standing, imagine being on the opposite side of the girl, the ball would literally hit your feet, right? So that's more what I started to get frustrated with in terms of your guys' spacing, or something like that. Ari, well done. Way to be central as you're supposed to be as the right back when the ball's coming from that side, following in, being able to make saving clearances. And right here, no one is moving. Look at the space in the foreground here. There is so much room. McKenna could just punt it towards the camera and we'd be out. But instead we put it right into traffic because no one else is moving anywhere anyway. Here, forwards, can you hold the ball up and wait for a midfielder instead of just trying to go at it alone, right? Just the two of you versus everybody. So here, forwards, don't pressure the goalie. Get yourselves connected, force them to one side, and then our box midfield can go and snuff out anything. That's what we'll talk about a little bit this weekend, is making sure that as soon as they get the ball into a deep area like their goalkeeper, we all rebuild into the formation, which is just a column. If we build into that, they choose which side of the column they go, and then we press. Okay, so here they have a throw-in. Once again, Sally, go mark the defender so that the ball doesn't go backwards. That should be a midfielder, and again, look at Delaney, open. Now we recover the ball, and look, we have an open person. Peyton able to come up from defensive midfield to the top of the box. That's exactly what we want to do. And here it's just having a little bit of quality, just to slow things down, find someone who can maybe hit a one-touch shot. I think we talked about that. That's a great tackle. And so now we have a throw-in and attacking position. I think this is all about movement. This is all about moving the gray jerseys out of the positions they're in because they are where they want to be right now. So you have to run and move them out. Right there, Macy runs in. Space opens up behind Delaney. Right? Ellie, you thought about it, decided not to. Now you're going to go. But two of you end up right on the same ball. So that's what we need to avoid is people running into the exact same space because it makes it too easy. Jill, good attempt at a cross. That was staying on the field. That was going to go into a dangerous area. It was a good block. And here, once again, we're keeping our numbers up. Just keep the ball. You know, it's a decent idea to go through, but Sally's not making the run. Avery's open for an easy holding of possession. That's where we need to calm down, right? When we're switching from one side to the other, 30 yards from their goal, and not panic that we have to try and score or hit a through ball or shoot right now. We can keep the ball as long as we want up there. Okay, goal kick for them. Look, most likely, you can imagine they're going to build out. Look at the way they're set up. Okay, they're coached by me, yeah, but look at the way they're set up. There's center backs at the corners of the 6-yard box, just like we do, okay? Forwards, Auntie, you and Chloe are currently 60 yards away from each other. Auntie, that's really good pressure. Take a look over your shoulder again to make sure the defender isn't changed, but really good job to pressure the ball, okay? Chloe, you're the other forward, and it's really good that you're there in the end, but again, had you been a little closer, you might have been able to, instead of run onto that ball, just settle it at the top of the box and then be able to shoot. So, Auntie and Chloe, keep an eye on this. Watch how far away from each other you are. And again, it's not the worst thing because you're occupying a space. I'm not saying it's bad. What I'm saying is that it also doesn't look like you guys have a plan. And if they do go to one side, the other one's not shifting all that much. It's almost like, well, I hope we win it and they kick it to me. I think just work together. You have a plan. If you decide you want to do it wide like that, your midfielders need to know as well. Everyone just has to be on the same page. That's one of those little things, you know, Layla, I know you said my bad, you know. But imagine what happens if we connect that pass. Mira's fast. Right? You play that through ball to her and she's able to dribble up. We end up in their end of the field. So again, a little bit of movement on the throw-in. There we go. Across. Avery's running around. Chloe, can you find Avery? Just trying to hack through 3 people, and you're pretty good at it. But once again, so here, punt. They get the ball. Watch. This is where it all sort of goes. There's no defensive midfield anywhere in that area. It bounces once, twice, 3, 4. Now it's rolling. That is real dangerous. It's the warning. And it leads to, that is a carbon copy of what happens on their first goal. So that's the warning. Okay? So, by the way here, Auntie goes ahead and pretty much wins a 3v1. Really, really good to slow her down, cut off her options. Layla a little bit of help, but Auntie goes ahead and wins it back and tries to really get a tackle in. So, you can see how if you're ambitious, you can make a lot of stuff happen. And when we win the ball back, I mean, I don't know why, but a lot of the time you guys will just run into each other. It's like someone gets the ball and you just run straight towards them. This happened a lot throughout this game. Every time someone gets the ball, a lot of people converge on it. Just relax and find some space and get open. That was good quality by both Avery and Layla to get us out. Really good pass. Auntie, cut her off. You're kind of just running away the whole time. And I think what you want to do, your first touch, instead of going straight forward, you want to go straight to the goal, right? So you want to cut her off so that she can't get a shoulder in on you. Look how fast right now. Auntie, it's our throw-in. Turn and run. Look how fast. If we had taken that really quickly, we could be on a breakaway right now. Because you can't be offsides on a throw-in. This is good play by Tate. Just protect the ball. Find a pass. Probably not the right person, but we deal with it okay. Again, we have a throw-in. Everyone is static. I want us to get the ball in the field fast on a throw-in. Because throw-ins are uncomfortable. Let's be honest. Good ball to find the open holding midfielder. Unfortunate, Avery, you had someone on your back. You know, one thing that I just said to the central defenders is you can't ask Avery for the ball. You've got to tell her she's got someone on her. Instead of, yeah, play back, say man on. Getting stay, you watch yourself there. It just looks super passive. You run towards the ball, but like you've got to stretch out, do anything you can. If you start to run towards it, you have to go get it. This is good defending right here. Just be patient, make her go back. What options does she have? Why is there a midfielder wide open? That's the question. And I think take a look at yourselves. None of you are actually really close to someone that you can mark. Really good play by Chloe. I think the big ball to bypass Layla was the right idea. So that's good. Mira, just do what you can to protect it. I know you want to dribble forward, but just make sure you don't lose it because now you're involved in the play, which is good. That's good play, Chloe, to find Avery. Avery to find Ari, and Ari, I like this. Just go forward. And that's actually a pretty good ball. That's why you need to be a little closer. As soon as we get close to the box where someone's going to cross it, you can't be back post. Because, let's be honest, no one's crossing one from the left side to the back post. It's going to be near post or right in the middle. So again, like, look how compact everything is. I mean, it's everybody. Look how much of the field is wide open. I'm not saying anyone should stand way out here, but it's kind of easy to defend, and it's really not very easy to attack, to find people who can get the ball, turn, and find another option in that kind of space. So remember that. Take a look around, especially, I mean, that was a throw-in where everyone can stretch out a little bit and move away from each other and, see what the defense does. I mean, if they follow you or they don't, those are good opportunities for that, instead of everyone just going towards the ball and saying, I'm going to try and help and become an option. This is really good play. Honestly, back to front, that was awesome. Layla, unbelievable nutmeg. Oh, just relax. Here's the thing. Once you megged her, you were on a breakaway right there. Take one more touch straight towards the goalkeeper and see what she does. I mean, that was a breakaway. And honestly, you guys rewind that a couple times, check it out, see what everyone's doing. That was brilliant. That was exactly what, we like to do. That's what we like to see. Again, throwing Auntie, you're just kind of standing still. Like, what can we do? Everyone's kind of standing still. So it ends up being just like a lob onto the field. Again, look how far Auntie, you, and Chloe are again from each other. Okay, this is okay. You're taking up certain spaces. That's fine. But Auntie, now you're sort of walking. You've got your hands on your side. Again, right here, I want both of our forwards to be potentially involved. Not waiting for maybe the play to turn in this direction and then making the run. Because you could have been in a different position to receive that in the first place. Okay, so we have a throw in here. Auntie, you're sort of standing, waiting. Look, everyone else is sort of waiting. Let's really try to figure out a way to get open. Because right here, a throw-in's going to come in, and it's just not super clear what we want to do, right? I think you guys did a great job getting out of that, but then we lose it right away. I mean, we can't throw-ins, almost every single throw-in that you see here, unless it goes sort of backwards to a player who's open, or it's the right play. Almost all of them end up being turnovers in less than 2 passes. So we need to work on, and that's something that, I will help with that. Obviously, that's my responsibility as the coach to give you guys some answers for how to deal with throw-ins and how to create and maneuver a little bit of space. Definitely something we need to work on, and we will. Feel free to pause and count the amount of players that are all in the picture right now. It's a lot. But the key is that they have a few players outside of it. And they're the ones that are kind of the key to be able to pass to. Right? Here you go. Your outside back, instead of being right up in the play, is available. Good run to get open, to stay on side by Sasha here. And she's causing problems. This is good defending by Stea. Honestly, pretty good. And that's great goalkeeping. Really good, McKenna. Now, again, McKenna's got the ball in her hands, and everyone just kind of looks at her and starts sort of running up the field. So it's a punt that goes to not really anybody in particular. And I demand that McKenna not just punt it to nobody. But look, Mira, you're standing still. Look in the foreground in this space right here. Imagine if McKenna just punts it over that girl, and you can just go ahead and run and take it, or throws it. And look, everyone is just completely static. So the only option is punt, and it goes right back at us. Again, ball's picked up. Mira, look at this space right in between the camera and you. I mean, there's so much. And that's where we want to try and go. Okay, ball gets punted up. Auntie, you're nowhere near Chloe. Ball bounces over her, and she's actually the one that gets to it first. On punts, anytime the goalkeeper has the ball in their hands, forwards, you have to get close together, because you have to work together to win punts, to run off of them, and be able to move to the same side to create different runs. Someone goes to the ball, someone goes long. So look at the way this picture is framed. Look at how much space there is. Again, right in the sort of bottom middle of your picture. Look how much room there is right there. To me, that's the space where the ball should go. And here's what I would say, McKenna, take a look up, count their players, because you have the ball right in the middle of the field. Count their players and see how many are on which side. Go to the side that has fewer people. So a little spoiler alert, they score really soon. Good play from us in the build-up. Shyla, you took a really good touch in front of you, and then you kind of dumped the ball in. Okay, so here comes the punt. Look where it goes. Over one, bounces over another, bounces over another. I mean, it's like Mario jumping over, the gaps and going on top of the pipes and stuff. I mean, it was, my thing about getting under the ball is I understand that it's scary when it's coming from that high out of the air. So if you've decided you don't want to take it straight out of the air off the punt and you're going to let it bounce, that's fine. But you cannot let it bounce a second time. You just have to get under the second one. I understand that when you're looking straight up into the sky, it's a little bit weird. You don't know what's around you. But once it bounces another time, judge where it's going to land and do not let it bounce again. And we won't concede that goal. Again, I don't want our kickoff to turn into this thing. It's nowhere near what it was when we first started doing it. Now it's turned into Anna just dumping a ball into the midfield instead of a long ball into the corner that stretches the other team early. And look, immediately after we had scored on, this is when more and more turnovers did start to happen. You guys are sort of kicking the ball hard into each other for passes that into each other's shins. So Mira, this is good positioning, and there we go. Really good positioning. Now we have a throw-in. Stea, you are about 15 yards, 20 yards away from anyone on the gray team. You are the most open, easy person to get. Sasha's closed the space on you a little bit, but honestly, look, count the amount of us that are in there. We can get this ball on the field and get out. We go short and whack it off each other and lose it. And Stea, you're still standing there telling people to get open. Like, that ball should just go to you. You're open. So, Stea, you need to demand it. Mira, you need to see it. Like, more often, just look back at your center back. If they're deep enough and open, it's a really good simple option to get the ball in the field. That's really good defensive play. Get in front of the defender to steal it. Follow up with a tackle. And this is good. Everyone marked up. That pass right there, outside of the foot, top of your box, make sure you connect it. That's why McKenna just screamed, passing, get it there. She's right. So ever since they scored, there was the kickoff and then maybe two other through balls, and then you got that one. The things that they got in our way, and they do get in our way. It's frequently the kind of thing that happens once we start dumping balls. It gets us into trouble. And remember, the goal came from us hitting a through ball that went straight to the goalkeeper. So it's so important to play real passes where you want them to go. Macy, that's really terrific. Mira, I would say take her on. Just run, take her on. There's all this space, use your speed, go by her. Pretty good pressure here, Jill and Sally. That was good, and she did a good job to find some space, to find someone out wide. And here I think we've shifted pretty well. Mira, you want to come back just a little bit because your mark is standing around the halfway line. and you need to cut off anything that goes her way. So this is what I mean when I say inside goal side. That's what I mean. As soon as we win it, yes, you want to start stretching a little bit. But now she's the dangerous one. We can't let her get the ball. Their positioning is great from everybody. Everyone's marked up. Peyton, you're the free one. And look, they go backwards. That's what happens when you mark up well. Teams end up going backwards. So give yourselves kudos for that. Again, watch the way that when we do those things well, when the other team goes back towards their own goal, it's because we had good spacing. It's because we marked up well. Good pressure for Macy, force her inside. Again, Ella, I think just that little pass, right? Just connecting that ball. And another one, right? These were the simple passes that were starting to cause us real problems, right? Peyton, you get the ball, instead of protecting it, you sort of dumped it away. And the thing is, especially if you play with a style where you really want to snuff out the other team by marking them up, once you lose your organization defensively, it's really, really hard to make sure that the other team is consistently marked up, because people start looking for the ball, 2 or 3 people going for the same tackle. You know, if we get it, someone tries to get open, but we lose it again. Now you have no idea where your marks are. And so those are the moments we really have to make sure we keep a lid on. Not doing needless turnovers, especially not 2 or 3 in a row. So, again, I think that's another goal, like balls in the air, right? First one was a punt, this one was a corner. And it was a scruffy goal, but it was not wanting to attack the ball. It was waiting until it hits the ground and then reacting and seeing what we can do. So, look, if we've conceded 2 goals, one's basically from a punt, which, yes, we can dissect it back to the through ball that leads to the punt being a little more precise, but still, we've got to not let the ball bounce twice. And then on a corner, we've got to be super hungry to press anything and not let a girl try to force her way into getting a shot from 5 yards out. So they're nothing goals, but you're giving gifts. And there's another one coming really soon. They score in about 15, 20 seconds here. This is a turnover for different reasons. This is another turnover. And they've been giving the ball to you. Samir, you get to this ball, and instead of just protecting, you try and turn. She steals it from you. McKenna, make sure to check your shoulder. Right? Look, I'm not a goalkeeper. And so, to me, the idea of knowing where the goal is when, you can't just turn around all the time. That's difficult. But, make sure you check your shoulder. Make sure you look at the ground, see the lines. Where might that mean you are in terms of your goal? But, again, I just said a minute ago, we're giving away gifts. I mean, these are gifts, right? But this is great play. So again, here we are in the final third. What can we do that is clever? I think that's great. A 1-2, that's really good. Macy chops the ball back. You're able to keep it. We need to not lose it. And that was actually great play. Really good. Finding a one-touch shot. Sally, that's unlucky. I mean, that's the kind of shot that you want to take. If that's not right at her, believe me, that goes in. She's not a diving goalkeeper, so if you shoot away from her, you have a really good chance, but she's got good hands. Again, this is good patience. Just relax. Just keep the ball. Everyone try and spread out. Really, really good. That's good defending by them, but we still have it. Uh-oh, a dreaded throw-in. And true to form, we lose the ball off the throw-in. All right. All right, so this is going to be the second half. I'll let you all just watch it without me talking over it this time. You'll just get to hear sort of what's going on the field. And what I want you to do is keep an eye on a few things for the rest of this game. So I know that most of you started playing in totally different positions in this half. So this doesn't totally apply to what you always do, but it's very important that we look at what we're doing as a team. All right, so marking in the midfield. What does it look like? How is it? Especially obviously when we lose the ball. What are we doing on throw-ins during this half? When we have a throw-in, are we keeping the ball? Are we turning it over immediately? What are we doing? What kind of movement could we have that keeps the ball? Outside backs. Are you inside and goal side of your mark when you need to be? Like when we lose the ball and they start counterattacking, or right before we lose the ball, are you inside goal side of your mark? Forwards, are you working together? Are you close enough that you can do things, or are our wingers really, really isolated? Are we passing with care? Are we actually making sure the ball gets to where we want it to go? Are we giving it to who we need it to get to? And really making sure that they can deal with it? Are we communicating? Like, are we talking? Are we organizing each other back all the way to front? Are we taking balls out of the air pretty well? When they punt the ball, are we getting underneath it? Are we getting at least underneath the second bounce, right? And overall energy and thought process and speed of play when we either win the ball or when we lose the ball. So what do we do in a transition? And then finally, when we are in the attacking third, are we patient and looking for good opportunities, or are we kind of just losing our minds and taking chances that probably are low percentage? So go ahead and take a watch for the rest of this. Enjoy it. I hope you guys were able to get something out of this and that you're able to watch it before our game tomorrow. And we'll see you there. Once again, thank you so much for your guys' effort. This was a tough loss for you, but like I said, if you can avoid giving teams gifts, I think you're absolutely good enough to beat a lot of the teams you play this season. All right? All right, good job. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Get the, yes. Yeah, motor, go motor.